Welcome to Sam Week. Sam Week has arrived, and to start off, we're doing Jimmy Dalton from Bloodshot. This is Sam Heughan's character from Bloodshot, and he's kind of a villain, kind of not. Depends on how you look at it. When I watched this movie, I actually root for Sam's character instead of Vin Diesel's character, but yeah, I think that just says a lot about his acting. He's actually very fantastic in this movie. I don't know why I said the word actually. He is fantastic in this movie, like every other role he's in. It's action-packed. It's nice to see him in a different role other than just a nice guy, which, I mean, of course, is my favorite, but still, this character is so much fun to watch. He does an American accent for it. He chews gum for it. It has its own personality, and I love it. So, Bloodshot was one of the first movies I think I saw him in. It was either Bloodshot or The Spy Who Dumped Me, and man, I want to see him in everything. Honestly, I think he would make the perfect Hercules. But yes, welcome to Sam Week, everyone. Sam Week is where I draw a different character of Sam's leading up to his birthday, and then on his birthday I will draw just him to celebrate this lovely man's birthday. Since my Sam Heughan video did so well last year, I did not expect that. I did that mostly because the day I was posting my videos every week was going to be his birthday that week, so I decided to do it and it took off. And you know what? I love Sam Heughan, so why not share more of him and do a little bit more and make a thing out of it? So here we are. We have Sam Week. I have had troubles drawing him in the past. If you look back at the video, which I will link in this video and in the description, to the other one I did for his birthday, you know that I've had a hard time drawing him. I wanted to draw him last year, but I kept trying and trying, and it got a little bit better, but none of them seemed to really work out. And since then, I've been trying to draw him a lot, and he still has like a very unique face shape and features and the way his face is laid out. It's just, he's unique, but in the best way, and so trying to draw him is difficult, and it still doesn't always turn out 100%, but I'd like to think that I've improved so much from last year. Make sure you go watch that other video and to give this video a like and to subscribe to my channel if you guys like this kind of content, because I know that I certainly love making it. And if there's any other people you'd like me to draw, let me know in the comments down below. And which one's going to be your favorite? What do you think of this one? Leave a comment. I love reading your comments, you guys. So yes, I decided to do this drawing in grayscale first to get my values down, because usually I just jump in with color on top of a sketch, and that's fine, it works, but it also takes way longer. And yes, the coloring on top can look kind of flat. It depends if you want to go back into the black and white layers later and change them onto a specific color. But I decided I was going to do it all in black and white first, and then go back and put a multiply layer on top and just color each of the pieces. That way I can have two versions, the black and white and the color version. And the reason I decided to start with Jimmy Dalton is just because he's an action-packed hero. You know, he's just really up in your face, kind of like, And I thought, why not start off with something exciting? Start off with an action hero, and we'll work our way through his characters. There are so many more characters that I could do, but I didn't have enough days in the week to do it. But maybe another time, maybe next year, we'll have a Sam Week too. If you guys like it, let me know. I really enjoy drawing him. I love drawing portraits. I tend not to draw full bodies as often, just because they're a little bit more difficult for me to get proportion-wise right off the bat all the time, but I have dedicated myself to doing portraits, and I love portraits. And I also take commissions for portraits, so if you guys want to do that, you can check out my website down below, or send me a personal message on one of my art accounts for social media. For bringing this back to Sam Heughan, the reason I'm doing this is because Sam Heughan, once again, he is one of the kindest actors. He has so much good in him. He motivates people. and he has this program called My Peak Challenge. I will link to my other video where I describe what it is, and I'll also put the link to My Peak Challenge in the description below. This man just radiates light. He is so sweet. He is so kind, and like, he just puts himself out there. He's really funny, and I want to do this just because I want to show that I appreciate him, and he inspires me in my craft of drawing, which is visual arts, and he does acting, which is the performing arts. I really admire him and his way he pulls off his characters. I, by the way, do not mean this to sound at all obsessive. I really do like him, and I have so much respect for him. And I'm making this just because I appreciate him a lot, and you know, he's really fun to draw, actually, even though it's difficult. And I'm not going to tag him in any of these when I post these until his birthday. I'm going to just tag the group of them, just so I don't spam him. I really don't want to annoy him. That's the last thing I want to do. But I do want to do this to show you guys that, you know, you can improve, you can get better if you work at something for a long time. Don't just give up. Like, this is a year past, and look at how much I've already improved. And I think that's really saying something, that if you really want to be good at something, you can. You can do it. You just gotta keep going. Don't give up. Just keep going at it, even if it's just a little bit every single day. Getting back to Sam Heughan, I have been watching things he's been in for over a year now, and I love consuming all of his work. I'm yet to watch certain movies, I'm still looking for them, and shows, but I really enjoy his acting. It's put a perspective for me on things, the way I would want my quality of work to be done and how it should be done. And he just has like this quality about him that just is so believable. Everything you watch him in, he is incredible. And so, starting with Jimmy Dalton. Jimmy Dalton, his character wasn't originally in the comics, but it was made for the movie, and I think that kind of suited him to be like a comic book character that's meant to be more realistic rather than just a 2D character on the page. Although I do love comic books, I'm not saying that comic book characters aren't a rounded character, because they are. But he put such a small role into such a big perspective, and he really thought about the mindset of this character and how he would react to other people and what happens to him. You know, it's like very, very dramatic and tragic, really, especially if you've watched the movie. I don't want to spoil anything, but like the way he struggles and goes against what's in him and all the things that happen in the movie, it really brings it home for me. And finally, I'm just going back and adding the little tweaks. I didn't want to do everything 100% detailed because it can look a little messy. I'm more of a impressionist, I guess. Like, I like to do certain details, leave out others, just not to make it too busy, just to, you know, suggest this is what's there, and your eye and your brain usually just fills it in for you. That's a very common thing. Something I was taught in art college was if you have your values in the right place, your brain will automatically pick up what it is anyway, even if it's not drawn, you know, very well, if it's poorly drawn or poorly done. As long as you have your values, which is the dark and the light parts, in the right spot, your brain will pick it up as the thing you're trying to make it to be. It will look correct, even if you didn't do it 100%. And that's kind of my motto, which is why I often do just a sketch, not like full out line work, and then I go in and I do the shading. The shading is what really shapes the face and the body and the figure, and it makes them look more like them. because instead of having to have like a specific line being perfect just to look right, just right to look like the person, you can just fill it in with the shading and shape it, and it will look like the plane on the face. So like, you know, where the eyes are, and then the plane where the nose comes up and then goes out and lays against the face, and the way the ear comes out, and like things like that. It really helps. Alright, and here is the finished piece. Sam Week number 1, Jimmy Dalton. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for my channel because I will be uploading another video for Sam Week. Woo! Alright you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!